Hi everyone, my name is Katie. Welcome to my page Red's Stitchery and let's chat about cross stitching. Welcome to part 2 of my Dimensions Kids Stash video. If you missed the first one, just follow on my Flosstube, and the previous video was my Dimensions Stash Kids Stash video, part 1. There I showed you my petite collection, the regular and gold, and I also showed you the charts that I have. That was just dimension charts, never meant to be kits. And I also show you a category that I name random, and I knew I have this kit, but I completely lost it in my pile of everything that I own, and finally I found it. So this was supposed to be part of that collection, but I'm going to show you in the part 2 in this video. So this is a Reindeer ornament kit by Dimensions. Dimensions released a huge collection of these ornaments. Half of them you can easily find on like Amazon or 123 Stitch. Half of them I've never seen to be sold, to be honest with you. There's adorable elf in this collection and I cannot find it anywhere. So if you've seen it, please let me know. But this is a pretty beautiful dimension kit. Just one more time, they create something absolutely amazing. But what's special about this kit for me, it's early this year I received a present from my friend from Russia. I got a huge box from her, and she sent me this wood canvas that was made specifically for this type of kit. So if you see, the wood canvas is repeating the shape of the deer, so I don't need to stitch it in plastic and then cut it out. I'm just gonna stitch it on this canvas. But regardless, I still think it's beautiful kit. They do have so many more. They have like 2 Santas, 2 snowmen, a tree, stocking with a teddy bear in it, an elf, and I think an angel. I already know I'm gonna get a snowman, one of them. I'm gonna get 1 Santa. Maybe eventually I will get the rest of the collection, but what I'm trying to say, regardless of this, I am going to keep collecting and hopefully stitching this collection. But Reindeer was my first choice. So far I have only 1 kit from this collection. Hopefully they will not stop producing them, so I have time to get them. But there we go. And let's move on to big kits by Dimensions. As I said before, in my part 1, I actually been collecting my cross stitch haul, like shopping from like around May separately. So half of it you haven't seen it, and I'm saying it for the people, and thank you so much for following me from day 1, because some of that it's gonna be of course repeats from the very first kids collection I filmed, but lots and lots of it, it's actually new. Let's start with Sunset. So Sunset, it's used like Dimensions used to have either a line or sister company, or maybe it was the main company Dimensions Crafts, like different type of crafts, but for cross stitching they had line or Sunset. Not quite sure how this history works, but basically when you see Sunset cross stitch kits, it is Dimensions. I do have couples, so let's begin with those. I have not shown you this kit yet on my channel. This is my was in a pile of cross stitch haul that I recently done, but didn't make it to a separate video, so I'm gonna show you all my freshly bought Dimensions kits here in my kids stash. Not as easy find kit, but possible. Very adorable, and I found it for a great amazing price, and only because somebody already opened it and started, which I will show you. I don't know if I'm going to continue or if I'm going to start brand new, but stitching is okay, and they did start from the middle just like I would. But interesting that the stitcher used the method of the knots, and I don't do that. And honestly, like, I don't know how they were stitching like this, how this happened. So very interesting to see somebody else work that completely different from my own. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue on this or if I'm gonna start my own. I think what I'm definitely going to do, I'm going to count just to make sure that the cut of the ida is right, it was centered right. But basically they already stitched right here, right? So from like this point to somewhere over here. So technically, just by looking at it, it should be okay, but still needs to be like double checked. And as long as they didn't stitch the bear, like if the bear will be stitched, I would consider definitely 100% restart, because this is definitely like the most interesting part to stitch. So I have not made my decision yet. I don't know if I'm going to continue, if I'm going to start my own, but I've been eyeing this kit for so long. It's so adorable. I've been saying that since last year I got this obsession with like sea-themed cross-stitch kits, and now it's teddy bears. I want everything with teddies. All of a sudden, it's like the most cutest thing. I've been dreaming to make my own teddy bear one day, but it's like craft that I am not mentally ready, and I don't think I've ever been skilled, but I think it's so cute. Like such a August stitch, you know, August, early September vibes, and I love it. And it's so warm and cozy and just beautiful. Also interested how they fix the edge so the Ida doesn't get separated. I don't think it's double tape. It's more, feels like laminated paper, but possibly it's a tape. So I don't know if I'm going to peel it. Is the fabric going to be sticky? Is it gonna ruin the fabric? And I need to count. Maybe it shouldn't even bother me, because this fabric gonna be used for like putting on a frame, you know, so maybe it's gonna go like this, so it shouldn't be even that matter. But I've never seen method like this. I've never done myself anything like that, so that's interesting to see somebody else work. And let's begin from something that I already showed you in the recent videos. So this is Sunset Lena Lu, beautiful design. Beautiful design was in my summer plans. Who knows, maybe I will start it, most likely not, because I've been so overwhelmed with all the starts that I wanted to do. So I've decided to pick just the top ones that I have to start for sure, just because I've been putting them away for so long. So this one probably gonna be move on to the next summer, but still I think it's very pretty, very interior. Like I feel like you're gonna stitch, put in a frame, put some in a corner, and it's gonna just fit perfectly. I like the butterfly, the flowers. I like this effect right here, how it's disappearing, like the fence. Gorgeous. The next kit would be another one that I showed you recently. Yes, look how old it is. It's not from me. This is from the previous owner. Like it's not in a good condition whatsoever. What most importantly, it's never been opened, so everything is in there. Very popular kit. I know Dimensions re-released it, but I saw this one for a great price on eBay and I grabbed it. And I also showed you recently in my cross stitch haul all my thoughts about it and stuff, so I'm not gonna spend too much time about it. Next one is this Sunset kit, Victorian shelf. Again, if you've been watching my videos for a while, thank you so much. Last year I finished a lovely Victorian home, and for the longest time I wasn't that, and still Victorian cross stitch themed projects kits. It's just 100% me. That the blue bow right here, all those flowers, the swan, the little pin cushion, the little cup, the plate with roses, like this is 100% me, my style. So I just knew I have to have this kit. And something happened to fabric. It's never been opened, but I guess it's so old that fabric got some dirt on it. Out of curiosity, yeah, it's 1991, so it's quite old, over 30 years old. So, and honestly, I wouldn't stitch it on the fabric anyway. I will see if I can wash and save it. Maybe for the other future projects, gonna be full stitch, but this one definitely need to be stitched like on even weave or linen to create more vintagey, light look than Ida. But look at all those details. More blue bows, so cute. And a kit that I've been having my wish list for a long time. It's not that hard to find, but not like you see it every day either. So I've been kind of keeping my eye on it, and finally I saw it on eBay for a great price. So I'm like, yep, that's the time, grabbing it, having it. This is Unicorn Mystic. On the preview, it doesn't look that wow, but again, I was watching Flosstube. Somebody was showing it as either a progress or a finished project, and I'm like, yep, I need it. Of course, the first thoughts I have, it's add craning everywhere right here in the sky. Look at the muscle of this unicorn. I think it's gorgeous. Like the sunset half stitch, gorgeous. Even the rocks looks so realistic, and it's just a preview. In real life, when I see people stitching it, it just gives you that wow effect. Of course, I mean, not real life, I'm not seeing it in real life, meaning even Flosstube still gives you that wow effect. So I knew I have to have it in my collection, so finally it found me, and now I have it in my stash. And again, I just need to find time to stitch it. It's stitched on dark Ida that I'm not going to change, which just makes sense. So all of this you don't need to stitch. This is just half stitch, basically only crosses. It's right here in the rocks, some of this trees, and a unicorn. I thought it's beautiful. So when I saw again somebody stitching on Flosstube, like, I knew I have to have it. So I finally got it a couple years later. Finally mine in my collection. So here is all the kits, I think, if I separate everything correct, that I own from Sunset Collection. And let's move on to Dimensions regular big kits. So I didn't split my collection by theme, I split it by packaging. So we're going to start with the older packaging to the newer ones. Starting with this kit, Believe, doesn't fit, this gorgeous Santa from a 1990 Dimensions Christmas collection. We can see it right here. What's cool about this kit, first of all, you can easily find it on eBay. During one period of time, I saw it like new post with this kit almost daily, so it's easy to find. And two, the kit already comes on linen, so you don't need to substitute anything. It already comes like that. The reason for that, the face of Santa you have to stitch with petite stitch. The good news, it's only this amount. That's like the only spot for petite stitch, so you don't need to be stressed for the rest of the kit. That's the only tiny part where you stitch with petite. The rest is a regular crosses. I love the color of the fabric. I think the colors of the cross stitch itself, it's also very fun, very bright. There they are. Almost looks Halloween, right? I think it's the purple and like the bright red and yellow and black makes it look more like Halloween colors, but no, it's Christmas stitch. And again, it makes me wanted to create, like over here I was thinking maybe I should do with Etoile DMC to make it more sparkly, or maybe keep the purple but add craning to the stars and here, and maybe do the beads instead of the single snowflakes. So again, so many thoughts when I look at this project. And be honest with you, for year and a half, maybe even 2 at this point, it's always been in my cart. I will take it out, in my cart I will take it out. Finally I'm like, okay, I'm getting it, so now it's also in my collection. And just another kit that I have in a similar packaging, it's Forest Birds Wreath. Interesting that it's also Dimensions Christmas collection, but I would say it's more fall than Christmas. There's also a kit where you can make just ornaments out of these birds, but honestly, just like, why can't you just pick the bird from here? I don't see why I need a separate kit for that. And there's also matching stocking. Now, this is a cool idea. I like the stocking, but I don't have it, and I don't think I'm going to. Beautiful, gorgeous. I'm thinking about it to start, but I already have so many plans for this fall. I don't think it's gonna make it, but I've seen people stitching it again online on a Flosstube, and they say it's very easy stitch. You basically grab in the color and you fill it out. Even by preview you can tell there's no confetti stitching, just big groups of stitching, easy stitch. I see people finish it like in a month or so. So I'm still in between. Should I start it? Should I not? I don't know. And then maybe do the beads right here where the single cross stitch is for the red, just to make it more interesting, more 3D. But I think it's one of the prettiest dimensions kits ever. And I wish they will like start producing it again, but no. You can find it, I think, only on eBay if you find somebody who selling their stash. Beautiful kit. Debbie Mom collection. Again, I found it on eBay and it came already open, but everything is in there. So you stitch on dark eyed fabric. Very funny, cute snowman. And we have all month, like a little calendar with all the months right here around it. So you can stitch it, not stitching, stitch it separately, create a little calendar for yourself. Again, so many ideas. I also thought it would be cool to stitch it on like on sweater or something, but it's a lot of stitching on clothing. And if you've been watching my videos, you know recently I did my first stitching on t-shirt, and it's harder than it looks. So I don't think I'm going to stitch such a big dimension on piece of clothing. But I don't see it in a frame. Maybe a project bag, maybe a tote bag. Like I feel like it should be something that you can use. I don't know. I just don't see it in a frame. So I think that's why it's sitting in a stash, even though I have it for a couple years, I think now, just because I don't know what's going to be a final purpose for this kit. I think either a tote bag or a stitching project bag, it's a very good idea for this kit. Another dimensions kit, I got it in a lot. So I was buying something and it came with it. And honestly, I like it. I would stitch it, but I didn't realize when I was purchasing it that it comes on printed canvas. And this is uncomfortable canvas. That's the one that not linen, even weave or iron or anything. So the crosses are not quite even. But what good about it, it came with a chart, but chart looks funny. It looks like this. So technically, if I grid it myself, I can stitch just this part. Yes, I'm not going to have the wording, and it's okay. And I also thought not to stitch, like maybe stitch this separately and this separately, because if I stitch it just by itself all together, there's going to be a huge empty spot. I guess I can work on it and add something on my own, or add a bird over here or something, or I can just stitch it like this, for example. So there's something definitely I can make with this kit that will make me comfortable here. Since it's been already open, I got such an old kit, it's open itself. Even on preview, I did not like how the crosses look. Like all the gaps and spacing in between. No, I want to stitch it separately. But it needs to be stitched because it's already been open. But again, I don't know when. Another kit by Dimensions from old collection, 1997. Scenic Farm. Again, I got it as a lot, and when I just got it, I was like, well, that's boring. But the more I look at it, the more I like it. It's such a peaceful January day. I don't know if this makes sense, but for me it's January. It's bright and early, it's quiet. Also, the more you look at it, the more you see little details. Look at them. So the more I look at it, the more I like it. Definitely one day it's going to be stitched. Again, I don't know when, but it will be. And there's lots of empty spacing, like there's lots of you don't need to stitch. And I feel like it's going to be also a very easy stitch. One day it will be stitched. I just don't know when, but again, my first impression, didn't care for it, and now I know I have to stitch it. It's beautiful. Another very popular Dimensions kit, Too Pooped. Very tired cat. He is done with his hunting. I think it's like March, early April. He is enjoying the sun, nobody's bothering him, and he just wants to chill. The colors of the floss, it's maybe not the most fun, but the cat itself is absolutely adorable. I honestly, truly like this project. I wish to stitch it. Don't know if I would put it in a frame. Maybe same like a project bag or a pillow, or also wanted to use it in something that I can either daily use, or I don't know. I also think it should be something different than framing it. Maybe framing it. I don't know. I'll think about it. He's just very funny. And we have a cat kind of looks like this, so I knew I have to have this kit. Next kit I found in a local thrift store. Very interesting. When I saw this, I'm like, what is happening? But I think it was showing how to lace the lace, like the background. So it's going to be a very interesting project. I definitely don't have anything like that besides this. Also, it says no count cross stitch, so I'm assuming maybe it's also printed canvas. It is. Oh my goodness, I have this kit for probably 2 years and I just realized it's another printed canvas project. But this one looks like it's on Ida, and if it's on Ida, I can follow the holes in Ida. The previous one I showed you, it's just a regular fabric. There's no greening in the fabric. This, I don't want to open it, but the back over here got busted, so that's, yeah. This one is an Ida, and an Ida, stitching on printed canvas is going to be so much easier than on non-gridded fabric. So this one I'm gonna give a chance for sure. At least I'm gonna try, and then if it's not gonna work, I will see what else I can do. Another Dimensions Rose and Lace, 1986. Oh wow, so far I think it's the oldest kit. Gorgeous project. You need to look closely to see there's stitching like cream on white. Some from far, all you see is roses, something blue, and the butterflies. But if you look up closely, you will see there's so many more little details that make this project so much interesting. I absolutely adore this pillow. I wonder how you do these little elements, because that's not crossing, this is not back stitching. There's some kind of stitch that I hope they have a very good instruction for that you have to repeat. I kind of would probably substitute it, but it depends again what kind of fabric. But this is very interesting. So many little details. The kit that I've never seen stitched before, so if you or you know who stitched this project, please let me know, because I need some inspiration. I would like to see what it's like when it's stitched. But it's Dimensions Herbal Whiskers, 1996. Absolutely adorable. I think this is not gonna be fun to stitch, but from the preview looks like it's a half stitch, probably like in 5 or 6 flosses, because this looks pretty thick. But the background over here you don't stitch, and it's my favorite Ida. I love this type of Ida, so guarantee I am not going to change anything. Oh, and it's designed by Teresa Kogut. That's interesting. I didn't know that she did collaborations with Dimensions. That's pretty cool. If you hear all that noise in the background, you know who it is. It's Bella on her favorite spot, sleeping and snoring. Let's come back to cross stitching. And one more kit that wowed me. Again, the reason for me to purchase this, it was Flosstube, because honestly, I would never get it just by looking at it, by the preview. Like, it's pretty, but when I saw the progress on Flosstube, I was like, wow, it was immediate purchase. Like, I saw it in somebody's video, I immediately went to eBay, purchased it. Like, it was that fast. Basically, all of this you stitch with half stitch. I think the dolphins itself only stitch in a full stitch, and again, lots of half stitching. But on Flosstube, it looks so brighter, prettier, like, I don't know how to describe it. It just looks so much better when you're stitching it than it's looking on a preview. And the colors, I never work with these colors, rarely. Maybe it's going to be like a floss or two here and there in the projects, but the whole project with these colors, that's very unusual, and that makes it fun for me. I think I need to start this kit just to show you how beautiful it is when you're actually stitching it. Like, it's just wow. So here's all the kits from this type of packaging. Let's move on to a little bit newer type of packaging. As you can see, a very different type of packaging. Here Dimensions is on the side, here is on top. The biggest difference though, here you need to separate the floss yourself, and this kit, it's already come separated, because I believe this was crafted in the United States, made in the United States. And here they moved their manufacture to China. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but from, yeah, right here. So when they moved to China, manufacturing the kits, that's when the kits started to be like this. And in these kits, usually the Ida is way harder. This was crafted, made in United States, and you will need to separate the floss yourself. And Ida usually in this kit is so much softer. So usually when the kit was posted, for example, in the United States first, and then they moved to China and it was reposted, lots of cross stitchers actually will hunt for American made kit, because for this reasoning. The reason is the Ida is softer and the stitching on that Ida looks so much smoother. Me personally, I'm fine with either option. Wherever I can find works for me. I do think it's great that now you don't need to bother about separating the floss. And that's another thing from not my personal experience, but by watching Flosstube, the people who more experienced in Dimensions kits, if the cross stitchers get a kit that was crafted in United States and they need to separate the floss themselves, they do wash the floss before they start stitching. Otherwise, it will bleed on the fabric when you're going to wash it, like after you finish the project. Where in this case, I've never heard about floss bleeding on a fabric after washing it if it's already been separated and manufactured in China. So pick what you want, choose what you want. For me personally, there's honestly, like, if I can find a better price, for me it's a price. If I can find a better price in this type of version, I will get it. This type of version I will get done. I'm fine with working either one of them. I've already had experience with either one of them. So for me personally, there's no big difference, but for some people it's very like a huge meaning which kit to get. For me, again, doesn't really matter. Let's move on to this type of packaging. Again, still regular collection Dimensions. Orchids. Me personally, never own an orchid. I don't think I've ever been, because I've heard they poison it for the cats. But I do think it's an absolutely beautiful flower. Here is the kit. Actually, I've noticed I've been getting lots of kits with orchids. You will see a couple more even in this video. I think at least one more for sure. And as you probably already noticed, this comes on printed canvas, but in this case, the printed part, it's only the background, so you don't need to stitch it. But like the actual crosses, they're not printed. Like you still need to use the chart and all of that. So the only thing that printed is just the background. Everything else you still need to stitch, use the chart, and just like a regular stitching. Very simple, very elegant. I like it. Of course, talking about flowers, my favorite hydrangeas. This kit, it's a little bit harder to find, and this kit is one of the reasons why I'm buying kits like crazy, afraid they're going to be out of print, because this one, I feel like I've seen it on Amazon, I've seen it everywhere, but I will never get it because I'm like, okay, I'll get it. And then one day it just disappeared. It's just gone. So I think it was with this kit. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I definitely had this experience before. And same thing on eBay, Facebook de-stash groups. For the longest time, I would not see anybody selling it from their personal stash at all. So when I saw finally somebody posted an offer, I grabbed it because it's hydrangea. It's vintage postcard. It's very, again, me. So I knew I have to have it in my collection, and eventually one day, hopefully, I will stitch it. Beautiful kit. Now let's do all the flowers. Another hydrangea, very super popular kit. We have everything here. Hydrangea, books, view of the window. As I keep repeating myself, I've noticed I am obsessed with the kits that have a view of the window. And again, repeating myself, I'm lately obsessed with the sea themed. So we have shells and we have some kind of water on the background over there. So again, 100% me. I knew I have to have it in my collection. I finally got it. The name of it is Hydrangea and Shells. Again, if you never seen it stitch, highly recommend it to search it on Flosstube. Again, it's one of those absolutely gorgeous kits. There they are. Orchids and hummingbird. Different type of like orchids. They're more purplish, pinkish colors. Beautiful butterfly. I even like this element over here. Of course, the cute hummingbird. And I've never seen anybody stitching it. So if you or you know who, please let me know in the comments, because I'm very curious to see what it's like in the progress or when it's finished. And look at these colors. These are definitely my colors. As I keep repeating, the purple's not quite often I use them, but it will be fun to stitch it. I'm going to show you the colors over here. This is 100% my colors too. I like it. Same over here. These three kits, they're kind of similar in the color theme, isn't it? And of course, I have to have this one because A, it's dimensions, B, it's Sandy Orton, one of the most popular kits stitched by Sandy Orton. Just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. Again, similar color palette. Oh, I didn't pay attention. I separated in the wrong group, but it's okay. 2003. And I made my decision. I'm going to stitch it in Ida that comes in a kit because I want all these lines, all this back stitching or black work, I think the name of it, be straight as possible. With even weave or linen, it is possible to do, but I tend to hold my floss very tight so it can deform linen or even weave the way I stitch. So I decided that this kit with all this interesting work, I need to stitch in Ida to get that effect of straight lines. So this kit for sure I will be stitching on Ida. I've seen people stitching on Ida. It looks absolutely gorgeous. In this case, I am not going to substitute it for any even weave or linens. I'm going to keep it as it is. Let's continue with flowers, gorgeous rose cuttings. It's vintage, it's flowers, it's roses, it's beautiful. Like, it's again 100% me. Out of curiosity, what year it is? Ooh, the packaging is so old. I did got it from somebody's distash. I don't see a year. Oh well. Beautiful colors, 100% my colors. Just another beautiful project by Dimensions. I think I need to start stitching everything that's been open because it's so old. Maybe that will help me to decide what to grab next. Just grab whatever's been already opened. Quickly going to show you a project that I already showed you before. Mama Cat. I used to have a cat. Her name was Autumn or Kisa, and she was same colors. Unfortunately, our cats are outside and inside, and somebody hit her in the car, so I lost her. But now it's only good memories. I miss her, but you know, life is life. So I got this kit to stitch, because in my head it's my cat, my Kisa. So I got her, I got this kit so I can stitch it and have her near me in cross stitch at least. I again seen somebody stitching it on Flosstube, and they say it's the one of the easiest kits by Dimensions ever, and I'm like, great, works. And even by the preview, if you look at it, you just grabbing a color and you just filling it up, grabbing a color and filling it up. So all the white stitching though, I know, even like for me it's some kind of emotional personal attachment, but besides that, I think it's adorable cat. I love cats, I love stitching cats, so besides that, I just have to have it in my collection too. Look at that Ida. My first thought was to substitute it for even weave or linen, just because the background it's mostly open. But when I saw this Ida in real life, I'm like, I am not changing a thing. This is beautiful minty green color, just gorgeous. So no, I'm not gonna change anything. I'm just gonna stitch it as it is. And another kit that I also showed you in my summer plans, as you can see, now I haven't started or open or anything, and I don't think it's going to be, because if this is easy kit, this is 100% not. The color changing, the little details, and I don't think I have it in me for another hard kit, like a difficult kit right now. It's one of those kits that you need to make time to have a good start, because if you don't put a good start on it, it's gonna be in your whip pile forever. Like, especially, like, look at all these little elements. Again, I've seen so many people stitching it. It's absolutely worth it, absolutely gorgeous. I just don't think I'm ready for it yet. And now two kits that I have not shown you yet. And as I told you, I'm having a slightly obsession now with teddies. And literally the name of this kit, it's Teddy and the Kittens. I did not see this cat before. And when I got the kit and I started looking it up, I'm like, oh, there's actually 3 kittens right here. Because you always like see these 2, and I feel like this one always get lost. But look at this teddy. It's just beautiful with his green bow, and the kittens are so cute, and then a blanket in the background. It's just absolutely adorable. Here how it looks in the back. I also, oh, interesting, this is same type of packaging, but this one says right here made in US. So if it's made in US, you will have to separate the floss yourself, and it's fine. I've done it before. It's not that hard. It's time consuming, but nothing that, you know, impossible. Adorable. And obsession with teddies continues, and I blame Flosstube, because this kit has another like boom on it, and everybody's stitching it. I'm like, okay, fine. It's like every other Flosstubers that I watch, stitching this kit or showing this kit finished or show this kit like in a frame. I'm like, fine, you guys win. I realized that I need to have it too. So I give up and I finally purchased this kit too. Absolutely adorable, cute, like especially if you have kids in a kid's room, it's just perfect. Fun colors, my favorite colors, just a perfect kit that just needs to be stitched. But look at all these characters, they are so cute. And the little hearts, adorable. And moving on to a super updated new packaging. So we have dimensions in their new packaging right here. A stocking. So my other half told me last year randomly, turns out gnomes, we like gnomes. I'm like, well, 10 years after being married to you, first time ever hearing that you like gnomes. So that helped me, because I'm like, now I know what kind of stocking to make for you. So there we are. We have a gnome, which not my style at all. I would never stitch it, even though I think it's cute. Just not my style. But I've been asking like what kind of stocking I can make for you, and like, no, I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm like, you get in a gnome. You said you like gnomes, you get in a gnome. Didn't show the stocking, so it's gonna be a surprise when and if it's gonna be ever be stitched. But besides, it's absolutely adorable, even though it's not my style. And I actually do own something similar, like a decorative garland, which I think it would be fun to add over here. Like still stitch it as it is, but maybe just add a couple just to make it more 3D. And then you need to make a little tassel over here. I've never done them, so that will be a fun experience. I think this hat gonna be so much fun to stitch. And he like adorable, like I don't mind it. So that's fun. That's something different. Not my style, but I am excited to have this experience too. And just by looking at the preview, it is a regular collection. It's going to be a super easy stitch. And here's the palette. It's stitched on blue Ida, bright Christmassy colors, fun, and even like a very thick floss, I'm assuming. Yeah, to make this like a hook that you use to hang the stocking. Another kit that I'm trying to start, like it's gonna be a third year this winter when I'm trying to start it. I even got 14 count lutex Ida to stitch it, because I do think it would be so much fun to add sparkle in it. I don't mind stitching an Ida, just wanted to stitch it on sparkly Ida. Everything is already ready, I just need to start it. I don't know when, but it's absolutely adorable. I like this element, the birds, the snowman, of course, everything, like every little detail about this kit is just absolutely adorable. And pretty much same kind of similar style. Again, this one I've seen people stitching it. It's so easy to stitch, so fast. I just still don't even have time, even though it's that fast. And what cool about this particular kit, that it comes with a hoop and a holder, so you literally can stitch in it, leave it in it, and then you have it. You have your finished project. It has everything. Just start, keep it in the hoop, and finish it. It's that easy. But I still haven't started yet. But I do want to stitch this one on sparkly Ida also. So most likely I am going to substitute Ida in this kit too, just to make it more fun. But I thought it's a cool idea to have it already finished in a hoop and even have a holder. So I like this idea, and it's just waiting for its turn. And the kit, I kind of already talked about it a lot. This is Dimensions Victorian Charm. Couple years ago on Flosstube, again, maybe not every, but every other Flosstuber was stitching it. So I kind of stitched it with my eyes, and I thought for sure I will never get this kit, because again, I've seen so many finished projects and process with this kit. Ridiculous. Like at some point it was one of the most popular kits that I've been seeing on Flosstube, and now everybody stitched it. I don't see it anymore. And then randomly I saw it on one Flosstuber and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this kit and I think I want it. I think I'm not ready to stitch it yet, but I definitely want to have it in my collection. And see, I've been waiting for so long that I got it in the newer packaging, because I think they even had it in the sunset packaging, then they had like in the packaging I showed you before, and now they reprinted in a newer packaging. This is how popular it is. Like this kit been through years with dimensions, so I finally got it to have in my collection, and there it is. It's so beautiful. Again, if you've never seen it stitched, I highly recommend, because it's a new packaging and white. It's kind of doesn't give you that wow effect like it was in the previous packaging when the packaging is black and the whole house just lights up and it's so bright. So again, if you haven't seen the process of finished project, please search it. It's just gorgeous, beautiful. I just made my decision. I'm going to make part 3 of Dimensions kits, including gold collection and my finished Dimensions projects, because it's already almost an hour video. I don't think you want to watch a super long video, and honestly it's harder to edit it. So we are done with my Dimensions regular collection. What I would like to show you now is all the Dimensions projects that I do have in my whips. Starting with the one I've been showing you the most, this is Dimensions Flowers of Paris. Gorgeous, just amazing project, and I'm honestly having so much fun stitching it. I showed you in my recent stitchy updates. Hello. Okay, hi. I guess now we're going to have this as a background, but I don't think you guys gonna mind it. Here is my progress. I don't know if there's any new from the last time I showed you. I think I grabbed it and did a couple stitches in it, but nothing like dramatic different from the last stitch updates I've shown you. But there we go. I think there's already 20% is done. I've decided I'm going to try to move it all the way up and hopefully hit this corner of the project. And I wanted to, like, in my head I break it to 4 parts and just move on with those 4 parts. I don't think I will be able to finish it by the end of the summer, unfortunately, but I will try my best. It is one of those projects, even though I have a stitchy bag, that is in my easy to reach pile, and if I do have the mood to stitch, that's the one I'm reaching out at the most. So there we go, Flower of Paris, my current progress. Obsessed, highly recommend for everybody. It's just beautiful. This is just too funny, because when I was making my summer plans video, I told you this is gonna be guaranteed 100% finish of the summer. Since making that video, it's been what, month and a half, and I, as you can see, did absolutely no progress. Zero, none. There's like 40 or 41% done, almost at least a half. I still believe I will be able to finish it by the end of the summer, but I have not been reaching for it. Don't know why. I still like it. I still want to finish it, but I just, no. I rather stitch the flowers. I've started a new project that I'm very excited to show you in a future stitch updates video, but this one just not calling my name, at least not yet. I still have a month and a half till the end of the summer. Hopefully I will have at least one finished this summer. So far I think I had none. We'll see. But there's another project that I have in my whips pile by Dimensions, and this is Dimensions Welcome Each New Day, I think the name of it. Yeah, I can easily find it on Amazon, I believe. It's easy to find stitch. Oh, the project that I was dreaming about, and I'm still obsessed with it, and I cannot wait for winter month so I can continue working on it. I have not showed you this project still since my winter recap videos, just because I haven't worked on it because it's a winter project. So so beautiful. I forgot how pretty it is. It's a messy moment over here. Let's just ignore all this floss, because particularly with this project, it's like easy for me to work this way. I have my system, okay? But look at this half stitch sky. I'm obsessed. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. I reached finally a corner. I think there's like 20% maybe of this project done. No, less. Maybe like 18 or something. Doesn't matter. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. 100% going to be continue stitching in it. I am obsessed. It's Dimensions has so many gorgeous winter themed projects, but this one is my favorite. The other ones, I'm like, if I ever find it or find me, great, but this one was one of those that I must have. I've must stitched. I doubt it it's going to be a finish this year, and I doubt it it's going to be even finish of the winter of the next year, but I definitely need to keep moving it because it's just gorgeous. It's so beautiful. I think it's one of the prettiest, like top 3 prettiest winter cross stitch kits by Dimensions. But it's gold collection and it's not easy at all. It's time consuming. It required lots of concentration, so it's not your chill kit for sure. Like, this took me so long to do. Plus, like, all of it, it's half stitch, so you'll think half stitch is easy. It is easy, but this, I remember, like the dark blue, I think you stitch with 5 or even 6 strings of floss. Same with the trees, same with the sky. At least 4 strings of floss I use. I remember my fingers getting tired because I was stitching like 4 or 5 days in a row, and eventually I have to stop just because I got, like, my hand got tired of pulling all that strings of floss through the fabric. But results, just wow, beautiful, absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to finally start stitching this part and do all the back stitching and do maybe at least 4th completely done, just to see it all, how it's gonna look, and then finally one day to see it finished. It's gonna be so beautiful. This is one of those that I'm 100% going to put in a frame and decorate the house every winter. It's so beautiful. And a kit that I've been talking a lot lately, only because so many things happening, okay? So this is my newest start that I have not showed you yet, only because I have to frog it, and I'll explain it just in a second why. So the kit itself comes on the same type of printed canvas that I don't like. So there's the fabric itself has no grid in it. So every time you're going to poke it, the cross is not going to be, I don't want to say that the cross is perfect anyway, but there's going to be a gap between them. Every time, like, one going to be taller than another. Like, it's not, I personally don't like the way it looks. There's people who master this type of stitching and I'm super jealous, but I don't want to deal with that. So I reach out to Nina. You can find her on Instagram. Of course, I'm going to link her in the description. And I ordered from her a fabric that she prints. So I'm going to show you. Here is the fabric. Gorgeous, beautiful, yummy, bright colors, just like on the preview. And because the fabric I just showed you before this one looks nothing like a preview. Gorgeous, beautiful. As you can see, I did my start. And as you can see, I started my frogging. The reason for it, the kits, because it's stitched on such a... The kit, because it's stitched on this type of fabric, all the colors you need to do with 3 strings of floss, because the stitch is going to be bigger because it's weird fabric that they printed the print on top of it. However, this is, I believe, 27th count, and it's already so much smaller. So I'm like, technically I don't need to stitch with 3 strings of floss, but I've started. See, here's the 3 of them. I've started it just because the chart was saying it without thinking, and then I realized the whole kit you stitch with 3 strings of floss, and I'm like, I don't need it on a 27th count. I think it's 27th count. And also, I don't like how floss laying with a straight 3 strings of floss, because every couple stitches I have to sit over here and like fix it, and it's just too time consuming. So I did couple stitches with other pink color you can see over here, and I did it so I don't have to like do all the recounting again. So I'm going to frog only this dark fuchsia pink, and then I'm gonna continue stitching in it. So the whole reason why I didn't get more progress in it, it's because I didn't like how I already make a mistake right away. So maybe when I done filming this video, right away I'm going to frog it. So next time I'm gonna have the mood to stitch this kit, I'm just gonna go for it, and then I don't need to frog and then restitch it all over again, you know, kind of break this whole process, like frog it right now and then stitch it on a different day. On this beautiful note, we're going to be done with this video. Honestly, myself, I didn't plan to make part 3, but I'll have to, because I still need to show you all the projects that I finished by dimensions already, even though there's not much. I think I have only like 4 or 5. And there's like another 20 kits that I need to show you that I have from Dimensions Gold Collection, and it's also time consuming. So I apologize. I'll be honest with you, I did not plan to make a part 3, but it's going to happen. So thank you so much for spending your time with me. Again, let me know in the comments if you stitch any of these kits. What is your favorite dimensions kit? Do you even like stitching dimensions or kits in general, or you prefer getting a chart and then kitting it yourself? So please let me know in the comments. Again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Enjoy your stitching, enjoy the summer, and I will see you next week with part 3. Thank you and bye.